Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday morning here. It is Eric filling in on Main Street TV this morning for Jen, who is hopefully enjoying her much-needed time away from not only us here at Total Media, but also the brewery here in town. And I hope you're spending some time enjoying what you enjoy doing, Jen. But anyway, this morning on Thursday, we are going to be joined by a wonderful guest here. The first half of the show, we've got Tiffany Baldwin joining us from downtown Chillicothe. And then, if you couldn't tell by the colors, we're going to be covering Waverly baseball this afternoon here at Bob Wren Stadium. So I'm going to spend the back end of the show talking about the Waverly Tigers and their matchup with Washington Courthouse. But she's a busy woman, so before we get too far into this, we're just going to go ahead and bring in our wonderful guest, Tiffany Baldwin from downtown Chillicothe. Tiffany, thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I touched base with you earlier in the week, and I'm sure it's a crazy busy week for you. So we're certainly excited to have you, and we're excited to hear what you've got to say about the second annual downtown Chillicothe Brewfest. So let's just get right into it, Tiffany. Talk to us about what the Brewfest kind of is, and what all kind of goes into that, and what you've been working on recently with that, if you don't mind.
Sure, not a problem. So This is, like you said, our second annual Brewfest. Kind of why we started this is to give the community, actually people outside of the community, an opportunity to taste local breweries.
Yeah.
So you also not only are tasting the brew that they're bringing to the event, but you also have the opportunity to speak with the brewers and ask any questions about their product. Whatever you may have. So we have 18 breweries coming, and
wow.
Yeah, so there is far south as Portsmouth and as far north as up in Columbus.
Okay.
So, yeah, and even Athens. We have somebody coming from Athens also. So
is that Devil's Kettle? Did I see Devil's Kettle coming from Athens? Yeah.
You got
it. Cool.
And we also have a new one. Actually, so two new ones that are local. So Austin Mill Brewing just opened up this past weekend in Frankfurt.
Okay.
So they'll be there. So super excited to have them jump on. And then Pabst Hilltop Distillery. We're doing something a little bit different. So yeah, they're a distillery. They do moonshine, and they're out of Bainbridge. So I just wanted to bring in our local alcohol providers and give them a chance to shine.
Yeah, I see what you did there with the shine. Well done. So it's very unique to know that there's going to be a distillery there, a local distillery there, which is super cool. We don't discriminate against any type of alcohol. Okay, so it can be the craft stuff, it can be the moonshine. We're good with all of it, and we're excited about all of it. So local breweries, local distilleries. It's kind of the goal everywhere. North, as far north as Columbus to as far south as Portsmouth. You said, so you said 18.
Mm-hmm.
We're shutting down a couple of streets in Chillicothe to do all this, right? So which couple of streets in Chillicothe are getting shut down for this?
So actually, it's just one street. It's North Paint between Second and Water Street.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so prime area. coming off the heels of the Feast of the Flowering Moon, which is always an awesome event downtown, and the Gusmackers seem to be pretty successful as well. So it's that time of year, prime time for downtown Chillicothe, and
It is for sure.
I mentioned to you that I'm from Jackson, but live in Chillicothe. I love the downtown area, and we're going to be set up. So thank you, because we're going to be set up as a part of Brewfest. We'll be there with 100.9 Hank FM, and we're really excited about that. So are you also responsible for the or the marathon that goes on before this as well? Okay.
I'm not.
I was going to say
that on.
Okay, I was going to say, because that's a double type of crazy if you're doing a marathon and this in the same day.
Not, thank goodness. We're just partnering so we
Okay.
can sell combination tickets. And what we're trying to do is obviously drive foot traffic to our downtown, maybe increase some overnight stays. So when we have an event that starts super early and ends a little bit later with alcohol, overnight stays before or after the events.
Yeah, and your event starts at what time?
Our event, so the VIP, they're allowed to enter at 1:30, and the general admission tickets start at 3.
Okay. And what's the cost of each of your tickets, if you don't mind me asking?
VIP is 50, and pre-sales for general admin is 30. At the door, they're 40.
Okay.
But we also offer what's called last call, and those tickets are for people that come at 5 o'clock or after. Those are $20.
Okay.
And then we also offer a DD ticket, and those are $10. So, if somebody's pregnant or can't drink or whatever, I don't want them to be penalized if they want to enjoy our event.
Yeah, that's a great option. I love that. Yeah, because I'm sure it will be a great atmosphere, and I like to hear about the processes that go into things when I'm talking with brewers and things like that. So it will give those people an opportunity to go around and do exactly that, learn about products and what goes into certain things. And these are still local businesses at the end of the day, so
Absolutely.
get you an opportunity to get out and support your local businesses too. So you gave me the price of admission. I thought the things that went into some of these admission packages were kind of cool. You want to talk about what kind of goes into the admission packages themselves?
Sure. So had you purchased your ticket by the 20th of May, you would have received an event t-shirt with your admission. We don't offer those day of.
Sure.
We've just been stuck with too many, so we just do pre-sales and t-shirts. So you did get that if it was prior to that date. But now, so for instance, a VIP ticket, what that gets you, like I said, is an hour and a half earlier access than general admission. Mm-hmm. So you're sure to get all the breweries and all the tastes that you want to enjoy before maybe they're gone. Also with that, you get 20 5-ounce tastings. And you also, so last year, let me tell you this story. So Poorhouse was there selling pretzels, and it's a huge pretzel, and they had a lanyard that was attached to the pretzel. And after the pretzel was gone, people took their lanyards and attached it to their tasting cup and were kind of carrying their cup. So we thought, oh, that's kind of cool. A lot of people were doing it. So with the VIP tickets this year, you get a lanyard that's attached.
Very cool.
Yeah. Right. So that's what you get with VIP. With general admission, you get 16 5-ounce tastings, no lanyard, and you only come in at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Now, also, let me tell you this too. So last year we had some people come that had pre-purchased general admin tickets, and they came before, like say they came at 2 o'clock or whatever. Yeah. You can upgrade your general admission ticket for $10 to do the VIP. So then you'll be able to get the 20 tastings and whatnot. So the last call ticket also gets the 16 5-ounce tastings. And then the DD ticket, we have 5 5-ounce tastings. And who we have there that's going to provide a non-alcoholic beverage is we'll have Bud Zero if they want to try a non-alcoholic beer. Right. But we'll also have Chillicothe there. And so they're a food wagon, and they're going to provide 4 different non-alcoholic beverages.
Okay. Yeah. We ran into our good friend Lisa Lindsay from Chillicothe over at the Gusmackers. She was wonderful. She brought us some free coffee, would not accept payment for it. So she's wonderful. She's great. So and they got great coffee too. So that's a nice alternative. I like that.
Right.
Okay. So
free water. So
okay, even better. So you don't have to be just a lover of the brews, the breweries, or any of that to get out and enjoy a pretty awesome downtown event. Like I said, I love it anytime that there's something happening downtown Chillicothe. It's just the revitalization of that downtown area is really coming along well, and the events are awesome. So thank you for all you do, because you've got another pretty big event coming up here in August. And
Yes.
do you want to shine any light on that for just a moment? That's a pretty big one this year.
Yes, that's huge. So it's
Yeah.
Stand in the Streets. This is year 4 for Stand in the Streets, and each year we try to make it bigger and better.
Yeah.
So this year, what we've done to make it bigger and better is we're starting on Friday versus Saturday. And so by starting on Friday, we're moving the Beach Fest to that night. So we actually have a band coming from North Carolina. It's called 20 Ride.
Okay.
They're a Zach Brown cover band, and they're
that's
pretty
awesome.
cool. So after we get through Brewfest, we're going to start heavily promoting that band so people can kind of see their music.
Yeah.
We enjoy people to bring their kids. We're going to play on the sand. There's going to be toys all in the sand, take
That's
off your
great.
shoes, dance. Yeah. But even before that, we've also added this year what's called Battle on the Beach, which is where we wanted to get the area schools involved, but because of it being volleyball season, they cannot participate. So
Okay.
we've asked the coaches. What coaches I mean are the SVC schools plus Chillicothe plus Pioneer plus RCCA, which is a Christian academy here in town. The boys and girls teams, because 3 of the schools have boys teams. So there's, I think, a total of 12 or 13 roughly that I've asked to join us. What they're going to do are create teams that are made up of the parents or family members of the volleyball players. So the parents will play each other for a chance to win $1,000 to go back to their child's volleyball program.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, that's Friday. And then Saturday will be our huge volleyball tournament that consists of 3 different levels of play. You have recreational, you have open, and you have competitive and open. So the open is semi-professional. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. That's exciting. That's awesome. Yeah. And like I told you on the phone, I've got a little bit of a volleyball background. I love that you're staring down the barrel of high school football kickoff that night, and you're throwing a volleyball event anyway. That does 4 years of Rio volleyball. That does my heart some good to hear. Looks like there's some nerves that come with that.
I've had a little bit of feedback on that, as you can imagine. But
sure.
The way I look at it is not everybody goes to football.
I agree.
We like to offer options, and so that's what we're doing. By no means are we trying to take away from football Friday night and opening games or anything like that. But like I said, not everybody's going to participate in that. So we're just giving them another option.
I love it. I love it. And there's a very specific clientele. And like you said, it's volleyball season for the girls, and the boys are off right now. So, and you said you've got 3 men's teams possibly participating in this. So it tells 3 men's teams locally is awesome to hear, first of all, and the fact that they're going to be involved.
Chillicothe, Unionoto, and the Christian Academy, RCCA. They all 3 have boys. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. So I love what you're doing, getting the local schools involved, how you can, which is even harder because they can't participate. So it took a little more creativity. So that's awesome. I will venture to say that will be wildly successful. I think people will really enjoy that, high school football or no high school football. I think that'll be awesome.
All we can do is try it, right? If it works, fantastic. We'll expand next year. If not, we'll modify.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I'm excited about it, and it kind of came to me before you, so there's a lot of other people excited about it locally as well. That's awesome. I know that you've got quite a few things going on. Anything else Brewfest wise you'd like to chat with us about this morning or mention before we let you go?
Well, if people are hearing this, just a couple of things that I want to mention. One, it is a 21 and older event. So I want to make sure
important.
People are aware of that. Like, do not bring your kids. Don't bring babies. It's strictly 21 and older. Sorry, but just because of the type of the event that it is. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we encourage you to bring your lawn chairs. We will provide it like some shelter, like a 20 by 30 tent and some other shade tent. So feel free to set up under the tent, enjoy your brew. You can bring food from outside. We will actually have Fire and Stone and Leah Vita that are selling some food right on the sidewalk. So grab something to eat, come under the tent, sit in your chair, listen to some great music, because we also have 3 acts that are playing. So we'll
Okay.
start out with Matt Salyers at 2. At 4 is Murphy, and then
Okay.
at 5:30 is Basement Collective.
All
So
right.
last call's at 6:30, and the event ends at 7.
Hey, speaking of last call, your last call ticket might be the best bang for the buck. I'm just saying. So if you've got some other things lined up Saturday,
Yep.
that last call ticket, you're not missing out on any of the action. You're just cramming things in. So
Just think a little quicker.
yeah. You're getting going a little faster, a little later, but a little faster. So
That's right.
that's awesome. Well, Tiffany, thank you again for joining us here from downtown Chillicothe and talking with us here about the 2nd annual Brewfest coming up this weekend. We appreciate your time. I'm sure it's going to be a busy weekend for you. We're excited to be a part of it. Again, 100.9 Hank FM. We will be there. Lori Graves emceeing this event. Is this year 2 for her?
Yep. And
Okay.
she MCs all of our events. So yes,
She's
we're lucky
great.
to have her. She is.
She's phenomenal. And she's actually going to be helping us a little bit on the air too on Saturday. So we're excited to get to hook up with Lori Graves and hear what it's always something to hear what she's got going on. Well, Tiffany,
sure.
we certainly thank you again, and we appreciate it, and hopefully we can touch base with you again here in August. Come stand in the streets. We'd love to be a part of that somehow and talk to you again then.
I appreciate it. You have a great day, and we'll see you Saturday.
All right, we'll see you on Saturday. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, and once again, Tiffany Baldwin from downtown Chillicothe joining us and talking about the 2nd annual Brewfest, and she's got a lot of energy. A lot more energy than Dylan and Hayden have here this morning here on Main Street TV. But hey, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to these guys' energy here in just a bit. We're going to keep the door closed an extra 5 minutes here after the show, and we're going to get you guys up and going. But no, Tiffany was awesome. Tiffany was great. Super excited. Downtown Brewfest, or the Downtown Chillicothe Brewfest, again, 2nd annual. They're going to have 18 different breweries there this weekend. That event starts at 1:30, and it's going to run all the way through 7 p.m. She informed us there will be music, several other several admission packages you can look into. So different buying options. Just leave your kids at home. They ain't got to go. I mean, they don't have to stay home even, but they just can't go to the event. Okay, so and don't leave them in the car. I think that's equally irresponsible. But she's excited. We're excited. We're going to be there. Lori Graves emceeing that event, and Lori is hilarious. If you're unfamiliar with Lori, and there we go. We've got the Brewfest, the breweries that will be there locally, and also one distillery, which I am particularly excited about. I need to figure out how those tastings fill into the IPAs and the moonshine there. I got to figure that out. We're going to have to iron some things out. But hey, nonetheless, this is going to be an awesome event. And you can see the local breweries there. She said everyone pretty much south of Columbus and north of Portsmouth, brewery-wise, will be there. And again, 2nd annual Chillicothe Brewfest, downtown Chillicothe on Paint Street. That'll be 1:30 to 7 p.m. Different buying options. The VIP seems cool. You can buy a VIP for up to $50. You can buy a last call ticket for $20. And that last call will get you in 5 to 7, and you just start cramming them, calling it a day. Downtown Brewfest in Chillicothe. We're going to be there, 100.9 Hank FM covering that, and we're looking forward to that. We'll be partnering up with Lori Graves. I will be there. Our old friend Porterhouse will be there kind of hanging out with us, and of course Jay Snyder is looking to be there as well and having a blast with us. Should be a great time. Should be a lot of fun. You do have to be 21 or older to participate and to join. So Dylan will not be able to help us set up, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure out Main Street TV without the expertise of our 19-year-old Main Street TV manager, Dylan. But hey, this day has come. And they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but the Apple Festival was, and that's what's important. We're going to move it right along. We got some high school baseball coming up today, and unfortunately, I am not joined by Rob this morning. I thought Rob was going to sit in here with me this morning, but it's a little bit of a haul for Rob in the mornings. It just is. So Rob's heading straight to Athens this afternoon, and he's going to be partnering up with me as we cover the Waverly Tigers taking on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions this evening in a regional semifinals matchup. That's going to be a great baseball game. The Waverly Tigers have been playing absolutely out of their minds. They're led by great defense and even better, I would say, tremendous pitching. We've gotten to see nearly 3 complete games from that Tigers pitching staff in this young tournament run so far, other than the 1 inning we saw from the first baseman Quentin Hurd, who stepped in the district semifinals. We really haven't seen a ton of relief help from that Tigers squad, but they've been getting it done. Hunter Houck, the senior, and Tyler Malone, the senior pitcher, they've been getting it done on the hill for the Tigers, and I would venture to say that we're going to see one of those two today. My money's on Houck, just because he has been so lights out in these first few games here. Oh, we got him. Is this a Dylan joining us?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Dylan is sitting in.
Yep, this is a rare moment nowadays.
Is this because I called you a 19-year-old who couldn't join us on Saturday?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're welcome to say your piece.
Well, I think I might sneak my way in there somehow.
Oh, Dylan.
Legally.
He's going to create his own wristband.
Yeah.
Going to get like Aaron. That would be awesome.
That would be kind of
That
awesome.
would be kind of awesome.
Not a 19-year-old, just right on my wrist.
Yeah, just right. Yeah, not 19.
Exactly.
It's like in Benchwarmers when they hand him is it Benchwarmers? It says I am 12. That's not Benchwarmers.
I think that's before me.
Yeah, man, it's before you. Golly, everything's before you.
Yeah.
You're like 12, but hey, you pull off a heck of a production. So
Yeah, and
how's
a
your
bit of a
morning going?
beard.
A little bit of a beard. I don't know if I go that far.
No, I would go that far. You can totally see that thing.
That looks like a shadow dog.
No, that's a really good beard. It can battle Derek's beard.
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone. Like I said, you've developed into quite a person. But facial hair has nothing to do with it, man.
Oh, man.
You put on that like
I want to get there.
30 pounds of size and muscle and tackled me through a Pete Wilson's shrine out here.
Yeah, that
Day
was one
one.
heck of a moment.
Day one
Porterhouse was talking about that yesterday. He said I went like, woo.
Airborne.
Yeah, like literally vertical.
Yeah, I mean,
Straight vertical.
If you think Michael Jordan jumping from the foul line is impressive, you should see Dylan leap after he has just seen someone he hasn't seen.
Yeah, I about did the same thing to Joel yesterday.
Tell you, wait, you saw Joel
I
yesterday?
saw Joel yesterday.
That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing.
I've only heard about that in books.
Nah, you'll see him on June 10th.
Wow. June 10th, we got pushed back. It's like a bad Amazon order. It just keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Man.
He'll be here though.
Okay, what, did he come from China?
I mean, maybe.
Joel being
That very
shipped
well
from
could be
China.
the case.
That's the way it goes. Well, hey, thanks for stepping in. We know you're going to have a busy day. You're heading over to Athens.
I'll be there right with you.
It's only a 2 or 3 hour broadcast for me because I get there and hey, everything's all good.
Well,
You're
know, when
heading
I
over
saw it-
much sooner.
I am. When I saw you come in here, I about snuck out the door. I made a phone call to Corbin, and he's like, hello.
Oh, yeah.
I just woke up. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a few minutes, man. So I figured I'd sit in with you.
Okay, nice. So I appreciate that. And I'm sure Corbin definitely appreciates that.
Yeah, I think he needs those few minutes. You know, that hair, it takes a minute. Like, this dude's got some of the most beautiful hair I've seen. But it takes a lot of work, and sometimes he needs about half an hour to air dry it.
Dude, I just need his routine.
I don't think you want his routine, man.
Corbin's hair, like Corbin has. I don't know that I'd want long hair if it looked like Corbin's, only because it was too nice. Like, I don't deserve long hair that nice. Like,
Yeah.
I have to have long hair that looks like I like. If I walked in somewhere, is like, he here for a job interview? What's this guy here for? That's
Dude
the
is
vibe
like
I'm trying to get
Goldilocks.
Yes, right. Like Corbin's like Rapunzel.
Mm-hmm.
And Corbin actually has a beard too. I don't know if you know, but Corbin actually has a beard.
I think my beard's just a little bit better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I dare to go there. I'd say
Okay.
it's just a little bit better.
Wow, the battle of the production beards is well underway.
Hayden, you want to step in there?
It's Hayden's good, man. Hayden's like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just keep it less weird and keep it back here. That's awesome. Well, Dylan, we're looking forward to this afternoon. We're heading over to Athens. We got the live stream coming. We're going to be streaming on
Main Street TV, Facebook, and Total Media YouTube.
We love it. We love it. That's where we'll be. We got the Waverly Tigers, and we'll be live broadcasting that on the air, 100.1 WXZQ FM out of Waverly,
Very
and
true.
anywhere on the planet Earth if you're using the Total Media Radio app. Dylan.
That is correct.
Anywhere.
You can access it anywhere. You can listen in China.
Doesn't matter where you're at.
Practice up your English.
You could listen wherever Joel is.
Yeah.
Probably hear it just fine.
Yeah, you can. Crystal clear audio since we've been using Clean Feed as well.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So great way to listen to not only your Waverly Tigers, but your other local teams as well.
Very true.
You've been with us through a couple of games. You've helped us pull off 2 awesome broadcasts. We're looking forward to pulling off yet another one this evening. 2, hopefully now 3 awesome productions in a row. You are not a baseball guy, but the Waverly Tigers, I know even you have had some fun with the clips and everything else.
Man, I am not one for sports that much, but when I saw them get pulling ahead, getting that game, I got so hyped up, and I found myself cheering.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Like you said in your broadcast, the energy in the room was just ecstatic.
It's awesome, man. The Waverly Tigers, just that type of baseball in general. And then after the game, they're dumping water on people and people dodging buckets. I don't know, dude. That's what sports is about to me, man. I love that stuff. And this
got me playing some baseball, actually. I teamed up with my little cousin, and we played some baseball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This weekend?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I played
Memorial
baseball.
Day baseball?
Uh-huh.
When?
I did.
Where?
It was at a family reunion kind of get-together thing.
Was it like wiffle ball type of stuff?
No, this was like a legit baseball. But the trick is, our pitcher, he was 9. So, so you can imagine how that kind of turned out. But he wasn't too bad for his age, Little bud plays, and he's been practicing, getting kind of good.
Did you take him yard?
I hit the ball and I ran.
How far did you hit it?
It went past a tree a little bit. It wasn't too far.
Past the tree, nice.
Yeah, but it got caught up on a little bit of a hill, so
Okay.
went pretty far.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
that's all right. It's all about how many bases you collect at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how it gets there. My son and I played wiffle ball. Well, my sons, I should say, and I played wiffle ball yesterday in the pouring rain.
Oh,
It was a great time, but it was funny because we played 3-on-1, and they collectively get together and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're going." Okay, so after I struck out 3 of them, I went up and I hit 3 wiffle balls just as absolutely far as I could hit them.
yeah.
And I wanted to see if I could get an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old to break.
Did you?
I did.
Nice.
It was awesome.
I'm sure it
It was
was.
pretty great. I did win, just for what it's worth. I did win. But I digress. But it's nice to hear that Dylan's in baseball. It's nice to hear that Dylan's into sports a little bit. And
A little bit.
that's how exciting Main Street TV, Total Media Streaming is. We can get Dylan into sports.
You can do that.
It is a thing. It's a real thing. What do you have for us this morning here, Dylan?
Well, I
Anything
still
good?
have a few clips from baseball that I figured
Okay.
we could play on the show.
Yeah, let's
Hayden's
do
got
it.
them queued up over there.
Okay. All right. We got a couple of baseball clips here from the Waverly Tigers. Let's throw these in here.
2-2 delivered. Poked into left field, and the runner at second is on his way home. The throw on the way. They're not going to get there. Hurd slides safely into second base. He's now on his way to third. Slides safely into third base after the errant throw at second. Jace Hurd once again making things happen for the Waverly Tigers and knocking in another run to do it. They're going to take a 6-2 lead now and a 4-run lead, Rob.
He is doing an excellent job on the base running. He is looking at all the errors, doing a little dance on
Little
third base
dancing
now.
over there at third base from Jace Hurd. You heard.
I heard there was been a few errors at his at-bats, and he's taking advantage of every single one of them.
Making things happen, man. Excuse me. 0-1 count here, 2 outs. And Tyler Malone is in the zone.
He barely has.
He's barely giving us time to call the
He
pitches
really
that
is.
are
He
happening.
works so fast.
He's working quick. He's locked in.
which is an advantage.
Yeah. That ball swung on into left center. Everyone converging out there. LT Jordan goes back and makes another great play. The Waverly Tigers are locked in defensively here, folks. LT Jordan over his shoulder heading into left center. Snags one in front of Morton, in front of Smith.
Quick bottom of the second there.
Wow. Tyler Malone working quickly with the help of some great defense from the Waverly Tigers. And the Waverly Tigers are still leading as we get, well, to the bottom, or the top of the third here, Rob. And we will be right back here on Q100 FM in just a moment.
All right. And as you can see there, the Waverly Tigers, some great defense, some great pitching, and some really timely hitting has gotten them through the last 3 games And they're now, they find themselves in the Sweet 16, the regional semifinals. And that game is going to be played this afternoon again at Bobberin Stadium in the heart of Athens at Ohio University. And that's going to be an awesome game against the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions. 7 seed versus 9 seed matchup, which is a pretty unique matchup this late into the season. Usually not seeing a 7-9 matchup in the regional semifinals, but hey, both of these teams are playing great baseball. The Washington Courthouse knocking off the Jackson Ironmen 3-1 in the district championship after some costly Jackson miscues, some nice pitching from the Blue Lions in that one. And I would venture to say that we're going to see a pretty nice pitching matchup this afternoon again as we head to Athens. But the Waverly Tigers have done they've done everything they needed to do. They've taken care of business. This all began with a game against Gallia Academy, the 10-seed Gallia Academy Blue Devils that took place in Tigertown for the sectional championship. And Hunter Houck took the hill for that one and threw an absolute gem in that game, at one point retiring 5 or 6 straight Blue Devils. And the Tigers were able to capture a victory in that game by a score of 2-1, which took them then to the district semifinals against what seemed to be an opponent that kind of looked up to the task against the Waverly Tigers. The New Lex Panthers, they were the 2 seed headed into the tournament, and another performance by Hunter Houck and a 1 inning from Quentin Hurd later, and the Waverly Tigers win that one by a score of 3-2. So 2 games, 2 victories by 2 total runs, and that just shows you what Waverly's capable of defensively. And shout out to Coach Noble. Big credit to him for making sure that he's able to keep his team in the game and find ways to generate runs in key situations with runners aboard, particularly against New Lexington in that district semifinals game. There was a 1st and 3rd situation, looked like a hit and run, and Coach Noble, I got to ask him at some point to see if it was a hit and run or if he just sent the runner from first. But hit and run put the middle infield in a pretty stressful situation. Speaking of stressful situations, welcome back, Dylan.
Oh, hey.
Long time no see. We do what we can.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to head off and get set up for the Waverly game. I usually get there pretty early to make sure all the cords and everything works properly.
There will still be dew on the seats when Dylan gets there.
There probably will be.
Yeah.
But I wanted to let you know that Andy will be in soon to talk baseball with you around 9:45.
Wow. What
Andy's
a time.
a pretty sports entrepreneur, I guess you could say. I don't know the word for that.
Connoisseur?
Connoisseur.
Entrepreneur means like a business owner.
Oh.
He owns a business running around sports. Dude, I'm in. I'll talk to you.
He might be. I'm not sure.
Business. We'll figure it out. If not, we'll start a sports business.
I'm sure you guys could.
We'll see.
But yeah, I just wanted to give you that heads up.
What a
and
time.
Make my goodbye. So
All right.
see you, everybody.
All right,
Tune in tonight.
All right. Tune in tonight to not watch Dylan, but watch what Dylan's masterpiece that he conducts. So once again, after those 2 games, the Waverly Tigers against Gallia Academy 2-1, and the Waverly Tigers with a huge victory over New Lexington, the 2 seed, by a score of 3-2. Again, shout out to Coach Noble and his squad. They've done everything that they've needed to do to earn every victory that they've needed to earn up to this point. And we're super excited to see him taking on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions out of the FAC here soon. The team that they took on last week, the Panthers, out of Miami Trace, was finished second in the FAC, a pretty tough baseball conference that the Jackson Ironmen won with a 10-0 record in the conference. And tonight they'll be taking on the Tigers, they'll be taking on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions, who last year won the FAC. So the Blue Lions knocked off the Ironmen, a battle of the last 2 champions out of that conference, like I said, by a score of 3-1. And this is going to be a pretty interesting game tonight. And like I said, I'm expecting a pitching matchup. I don't expect. I would be very surprised to see either of these 2 teams come away with more than 5, maybe 6 runs. But again, you never know in these types of games and these types of situations, and the atmosphere will be electric, and a lot of these games go based on momentum and pitching. So we will see. Probably the lineup we can expect to see from the Tigers tonight. I'd venture to say that Coach Noble is going to leave it pretty similar to what it has looked like. Leading off will probably be the center fielder, Creed Smith, who's had a tremendous year. Over 30 stolen bases from the center fielder. He's been electric in the last few games. He certainly covers a lot of ground out there for the Waverly Tigers outfield. So someone that's been getting aboard, someone that's been just a terror on the base paths, and he's scoring a lot of runs as well. So Creed Smith will likely be the guy leading off this morning or this afternoon for the Tigers, followed by the shortstop, LT Jordan, Lieutenant Jordan as they call him. Well, as we call him anyway, Rob and I. The lieutenant, the shortstop in the 2-hole. We mentioned it here recently, committed to Shawnee State University, and he's just been playing some lights-out baseball as well in the infield, and getting it done at the plate when he needs to as well. He'll probably be in the 2-hole, followed by Jace Hurd, the second baseman, as that'll round up your middle infield in the order. Hurd, been electric. He had two, got the benefit, I should say, of two plays in the district championship in center field. It just looked like center fielder couldn't see the ball as the ball was in the air, and Hurd came away with two pretty fortunate hits in that one, but also stretching them into some extra base hits as well. So I would venture to say he'll lead off he'll round up the top three in the 3-hole there. Hunter Houck, who is my guess to be on the hill for the Waverly Tigers. It could be Malone, but I'm anticipating that Houck will see the hill first for the Waverly Tigers this evening. I expect to see him in the 4-hole as well, and he's been great. If he can get it done on the hill yet again, ultimately whatever he gets done at the plate's just bonus this evening. But looking for another lights-out pitching performance from Hunter Houck tonight. Big Ben Nichols, your third baseman, likely be in that 5 spot. Big Ben just absolutely been flashing the leather over at third base. Did have a miscue on a throw last week, but for the most part has been lights out and kind of an anchor for the infield over there at third base. A Big Ben Tower. Can't get by him over there. On the other corner of the infield, you're going to have Quentin Hurd, probably batting 6th this evening. Hurd has been great, again, not only at first, but stepping into a tight ball game against New Lexington, coming in to get that 3-2 victory. Just an awesome pitching performance by Hurd in a key spot as well. And that's kind of what these Tigers do. They just they do what they need to do. They grit their teeth. They come in when they're asked to come in and get the job done, and they do exactly that. Jamison Morton, the left fielder, who's been great defensively for the Tigers, especially when it comes time to getting that ball back into the infield. You're not getting any extra bases on Jamison Morton. He's going to likely be in the 7-hole, which will bring Will Armstrong, the catcher, to the 8-hole, and then I would anticipate we'll see the DH Lane Bear in the 9 hitting 4, probably Tanner Nichols, the right fielder, if I had to guess. But again, a Waverly lineup that's more than capable of putting runs together, more than capable of putting big hits together after great at-bats. One of the things that we've really seen this Tigers team do is extend tough at-bats and fight off tough pitches and keep at-bats alive and find ways aboard. Speaking of finding ways aboard, Tanner Nichols, I believe is who it was, might have been Lane Bear, hit by pitch twice in his last outing, and just, again, doing what you can to get yourself aboard and generate runs. So Waverly is I like Waverly's odds in this game. I like the way that they've been playing. And Courthouse, you can't sleep on an opponent like Courthouse. They tough FAC opponent. They're going to bring great pitching and great defense as well. Tough hitting. They're going to bring some timely hitting together. And this should be a great ball game. And we're excited for the opportunity to be over at Bob Wren Stadium. Hopefully going to be great weather again. We've had 3 just beautiful afternoons and evenings for baseball over there as we've been covering all of your Southeast District baseball action, it seems, here. But should be a great evening for baseball. we're super excited. Again, you'll be able to catch that game, the live stream on Main Street TV Facebook, Total Media YouTube, and also you'll be able to get that radio broadcast live on 100.1 WXZQ FM or anywhere, literally anywhere in the world on your Total Media Radio app. So tune into that. It'll be Rob and I calling that game on the radio and also on your live stream as well. So we're looking forward to seeing the Waverly Tigers do what they've been doing and hopefully keep this season alive. And we're just really excited about it. I don't know which is going to be more fun. We got this game coming up tonight, and we got the downtown Chillicothe Brewfest coming up on Saturday. So a lot of fun things going on here. And right now we've got this event. We've still got a little bit of JHS bass fishing going on that we've been covering, but as far as Total Media Sports, this is really kind of the end of it up until we get through fair season and we turn the corner here on football and maybe a little volleyball with sand in the streets in August. So this is kind of a culminating moment for us as well. And we're just excited to be a part of tonight's action, again, live at Bob Wren Stadium, as the Waverly Tigers, the 7th seed, take on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions in the regional semifinal. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful game. And we're going to be joined by our good buddy Andy Hudnall here in just a few moments. Andy, I'm told, may be a business or may be an entrepreneur, per Dylan, which is news to me. But I'm going to venture to say Dylan meant connoisseur, in which Andy's just going to be here to talk some sports with me versus give me some business advice. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to chit-chatting with Andy here. And I'm not sure if Andy's a local sports guy. I'm not sure if Andy is a today's sports guy, but nonetheless, we're going to find out. So looking forward to hearing from Andy here. But make sure that you're tuning in to tonight's live stream of the Waverly Tigers baseball game. Like I said, live on Main Street TV, Facebook, Total Media YouTube, and we're going to have a radio broadcast as well, 100.1 WXZQ FM out of Waverly or anywhere using the Total Media Radio app. Special thanks again to Tiffany Baldwin, who took the time this morning from the downtown Chillicothe to come over and speak to us and give us some great insight on the downtown Chillicothe second annual Brewfest. 18 breweries going to be in the streets of Chillicothe on Paint Street this Saturday from 1:30 to 7 p.m. That's going to be an absolutely great time. So get over to Chillicothe. Have a little bit of fun. Maybe drink a little bit. Don't drink a little bit, but you got to be 21. Okay, let's be responsible about it, people. Let's be responsible. Cost of admission can be anywhere from $10 to $50 based on your admission package, but they've got some really cool ones. But get over there and check that out. There will be 3 live bands as well. That was news to me. Wasn't aware that there was going to be some music in that. That's awesome. We love good music. We love good live local music. So nice to see that they're going to be taking care of the Chillicothe community this weekend with the downtown Chillicothe Brewfest. I was also more happy to hear that Tiffany is not the one to blame for a marathon, because the Chillicothe Marathon is also happening this weekend. So, or maybe half marathon. So glad to hear that Tiffany didn't have anything to do with that. We're okay with the beer. It's the running we have a problem with around here. So Tiffany, we appreciate your efforts and everything that you and the folks over in Chillicothe are doing to keep Chillicothe awesome. That downtown area is just, it's great. Like we mentioned, the Feast of the Flowering Moon was this past weekend. That takes place mainly in Yaktangi, but they do shut down Water Street in Chillicothe for that, and Paint Street. So pretty fun event, and it's just every other weekend it seems like there's something beautiful going on in downtown Chillicothe. That's just generating a little bit of fun, a little bit of enjoyment, and some happiness for the folks of Chillicothe. So hopefully this weekend will be exactly that. We're going to be there. We'll be there with 100.9 Hank FM, where we play the legends of country music, the new Chillicothe Waverly radio station. And we're excited to be a part of this and have a spot. So if you are there, come over and say hello to us. Let us know which brews to get. Let us know which ones to avoid. Well, we won't avoid any of them. We'll just drink them faster. But just let us know. And we would appreciate any of that. Like I said, we'll be there. We'll be over in your hometown hibachi. We'll be set up. You can look for the Hank tent. It'll be there. It'll be sweet. And it's going to be a great time. Again, that's this Saturday, 1:30 to 7 p.m., downtown Chillicothe Brewfest. Cost of admission, VIP tickets can be up to $50. Last call ticket, which will get you in from 5 to 7, is only $20. And you're not missing out on any of the tasting action. You just have less time to drink it, which can be more fun if you look at it that way. So it's going to be a blast. We're excited for that event. We're excited to be there. Going to be in great company as we're joined by Lori Graves. We're going to be joined by our old pal Porterhouse. I will be there, and hopefully our good buddy Jay Snyder, and maybe even the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. So we'll see. We will see. And now I'm joined by our good buddy Andy Hudnall. Hey, Andy. Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Good deal. And Andy, I'm going to break this to you because this might be news to you. I was told you were a sports entrepreneur by Dylan. I think maybe he meant connoisseur, something along.
Both of those are flattering. I'll say that.
Okay. I was going to say, do you have a sports business?
No, I guess. I've been doing play-by-play for Athens County Sports since 2014.
Awesome.
Just for a radio station over there. But I did kind of help come up with the sports show that I have every Wednesday. So I guess if you count that, but again, I don't really own any of it. So I've been doing it for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we're headed over to Athens this evening. We got Waverly baseball, and they're taking on Washington Courthouse. So we'll be over there for that. Are you a baseball guy?
A little bit. I want to watch it in person.
Yeah. Okay.
Baseball on TV is hard to watch.
Same way. Definitely the same way with in that regard.
Yeah, and obviously, I have very fond memories as a kid of going to like Cincinnati Reds games. Yeah. The Copperheads are super fun. Chillicothe is so much fun to watch. So yeah, I'm there.
Okay. What are your big sports?
I'm a football guy, as you could probably imagine. I played it growing up all the way through graduation. That's kind of what got me into it too. Again, it was 2014. That was Joe Burrow's senior year, so getting to call his senior year games was a lot of fun. All the way up to the state championship game was pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
I pitch in some basketball. It's not really my expertise, but whenever the team needs somebody, I'll go do some of that too.
So you called Joe Burrow's state championship run?
I did, yes.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was a really neat experience. I'm obviously a huge Ohio State fan too, so getting to call it from that press box was really cool. It's so high up though, man. Like, that stadium is so tall. I had to call it like they had a big video board up to the right.
Yeah.
I was calling most of the game just from that
because
I couldn't see anything.
That's crazy. I can't imagine. So just being in the stands for some of that. We were in Logan when he threw the pass that was deflected back at him, and he caught it.
Yep.
And just being in the stands for some of that was wild.
Yeah, that play actually made it to SportsCenter's top 10 number one play of the week. So that was pretty cool, though.
It's crazy to think that kid's been doing it literally since high school.
Yeah.
Just it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, so I'll be honest with you, Andy. I didn't know that you called any of that. So this is all news to me. So it's like great. So what's up? What are you up to now, sports wise, man?
With this off season again, I'm on this sports show every Wednesday.
What's the name of the show?
It's called The Wild World of Sports.
Okay.
And it's in Nelsonville. So
every
Wednesday I'm over there. That's kind of what I'm doing throughout the summer because obviously we've got some downtime.
Yeah.
Just there every Wednesday. We try to bring in some guests as much as we can, but.
Okay.
Like yesterday, we had a kid from Nelsonville York High School on with us.
Okay. Who joined you yesterday?
Keegan Swope.
Okay.
So some people who.
Why do I know that name?
Well, he played in the TVC Ohio. So if you went to any like Wellston basketball games versus Nelsonville York, or I think he might have played football too.
Is he a tremendous basketball player?
He was. He's he's one of the best defenders in the league.
That's where I heard the name from then.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Stuff won't pick back up until the fall, but.
That's awesome.
Now, yeah.
That's awesome. So is it a podcast? Is it a live stream?
A little bit of both. So it's a live. Do got to be careful promoting this too much. It's kind of competition to pure rock.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, it is live on 107 WSEO, but it does get podcasted as well at WSEOFM.com, and then you have to click. It's called The Wild World of Sports, but it does get podcasted every week too.
Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. What kind of topics do you like to focus on as far as all that goes?
We try to stay local.
Okay.
Because I mean,
I dig that.
people can listen to NBA stuff on anything, and they by people who know way more than I do. So we try to stay local, but to do a full hour on just local stuff in the summer is tough to do.
Yeah.
Now, come fall time when we're talking football, we can make a whole show out of that, or even basketball. But
Yeah.
we've been talking a lot about the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs right now too. So
Okay. Nice. Are you a hockey guy?
I love hockey.
You love hockey.
Yeah.
So hockey kind of falls suit with baseball for me. It's
Yeah.
like on TV. And here's what's
get it.
crazy. Here's what's crazy. No, I don't. So here's what's crazy to me. Okay, hockey. If you take all of the things, so like we're going to have a segment on our show coming up on 7-4 Sports Show called "Help Us Love Hockey," because if you take gigantic men playing sports, I'm in. Sign me up every time. The steroid era in baseball was the greatest era of our lives. If you take precision sports like hand-eye coordination sports, I love it. Sign me up. On top of that, give me a sport where not only can the guys fight, but just go away for 10 minutes and then possibly come back out and do it again.
Yeah.
Not get kicked out of the game. Sign me up. So I can't figure out why I don't love hockey. I love everything about it. Andy, why don't I love hockey?
I think it's because it's not in our culture, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's a little tough. And, growing up at our age, he may be a little bit different than that, but we didn't have this HD at the time. So it wasn't in our DNA, where Americans, we love football. Canadians are hockey, of course. But the best thing that ever happened to hockey was HD TV because you can actually see the puck moving.
Yeah, that's a great point.
To me, the toughest part was understanding the rules, the nuances. Unfortunately, fighting doesn't happen as much anymore. They're trying to tame that down a little bit, but it is exciting. But when you get to the playoffs and you have a Game 7, there's nothing in sports more exciting. Yeah. I would take a Game 7 Stanley Cup final over a Super Bowl any day of the week. Yeah. And I love football, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it's just different. Yeah. I don't know. You have to really try to understand it, and once you do that, I think you can get into it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I'm also a basketball guy. Mm-hmm. So Game 7 in NBA Finals, give me that over.
Yeah,
give me that over the Super Bowl as well.
See, okay, so I would take a good Super Bowl over an NBA, and I love the NBA.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the conference finals this year are just dreadful. The games themselves are fine.
Yeah.
But 3-0, and then, or I guess there was a sweep, and then a 3-1.
Yeah.
It's over. And the thing about hockey is, in the NBA, nobody's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Yeah.
Happens all the time in hockey.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
You can't count anybody out.
So that happens regularly in hockey. Or not regularly.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say it like regularly, but.
Yeah, regularly is not how I would say it, but because most of the time the series are so competitive. Like they're in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference Finals now, and they're both tied 2-2.
Yeah.
NBA was a sweep, and then a 3-1 probably get wrapped up tonight. Right. So rarely does it ever get to that, but there have been multiple 3-0 comebacks where a team come back and won 4-3.
All right. Well, I don't know. I saw Game 7, LeBron, Kyrie. So that's like premier Game 7 for me. You know what I mean? So if I could get hockey anywhere near that level, again, gigantic men playing sports, awesome hand-eye coordination, occasional fight where it's like go away for 5 or 10 minutes and come back. I should love hockey, and I just don't, and I don't understand it.
And it doesn't help us that the Blue Jackets aren't that great. They had a few good years in there, and then the team kind of fell apart. So I think when the Blue Jackets were good with Panarin, Bobrovsky, when they were still in town, people around here started to really get into hockey, but they have been irrelevant for 7-8 years now.
Yeah.
So it's tough to find a good reason to get into it.
Yeah. If a local team's playing well, like once ago, hey, I've even got a Crew sweatshirt. Columbus Crew's playing well. I'll throw the Crew sweatshirt on, man.
And I'll say, if you've never been to Ohio University's hockey games,
I've heard that.
Oh my gosh, it's
okay. That just needs to happen then.
The atmosphere is insane because it's like 7-8 rows up, so it's all tightly contested. The students there love it and they make it worth it. It's well worth like $7 or $8 to get in.
Oh, what, $7 or $8?
Yeah. Well, last time I didn't make it one this year.
10 or 15. I'm in. Again, I gotta find a way to love hockey, Andy.
It's got to happen. It makes no sense to me.
It's tough. Like I said, there's a bunch of little rules in there. Some of them that are a little hard to explain. But if you can get into the rules and you can understand them, I think you can get into it.
Yeah. Is it so? Like, what type of rules might be difficult? Is it just like the soccer style rules, like that?
Well, their offside is similar
Okay.
to soccer. Like, there's a blue line. You can't be across the blue line before the puck is. The puck has to cross that first. That's probably the toughest one to get into. And then there's a bunch of little penalties too that are a little bit different than what we're used to.
As long as you can keep punching people and maybe come back, I'm good. Man.
Again,
they're taming it down, I'm sure, but you can still do it, which is what's
really
important.
I mean, you can feel like the intensity rising. Like, man, someone's got to throw a fist here. And it used to be, especially when you get to the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7s, there's multiple fights, but it just doesn't happen as much.
Yeah, see, that happens in the league, and Draymond gets tossed for 5 games.
Draymond deserves it, let me tell you.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but
I'm not a Draymond fan. But
I'm just saying, if you put a sweatshirt on somebody, it seems like it's just reason to fight. I just think it's awesome. And I need to love hockey, and I just don't yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, the cool thing was they used to use fights to like get your team motivated. You're down 2-0, and
technical foul.
Yeah, it's like let me go punch this guy, and we're going to get excited and go score a goal, hopefully. So
yeah, and the guys that play are just massive.
Yeah,
I mean,
you wouldn't believe it too.
Massive, and the
smallest guy on the ice is probably 6'3".
That's just crazy.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have that segment. Help me love hockey, because I just need to love hockey, and I just don't know why I don't.
It's tough. I mean, it is tough.
I guess I don't know. Man, this is just opening a completely new world to me, Andy. Completely new world to me.
Yeah,
I love everything.
Yeah, I mean, I just sit behind a desk as a graphic designer during the day, so I guess I don't know how you would kind of know most of this.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen you with your like mask and everything. This is awesome. It's like it's like meeting Batman. It's great.
Well, I'll take that.
Yeah, dude, it's cool. Okay, so you mentioned NBA Finals. You think NBA Finals are just kaput, or NBA Conference Finals?
Conference Finals are over. I'm checked out. I'll have hockey on tonight.
Who's winning it all?
For NBA, I gotta go. I think Boston's got to win it. Last week I would have said somebody from the West, because the West just looks so good, but it's got to be Boston.
Yeah, especially if Porzingis gets back.
Now, I am worried about what they get 9 days off. That's good for Kristaps, for Porzingis. But the rest of the team, there's a fine line between getting rested and getting rusty. Yep. So I'm worried about that. Dallas is coming out. If that somehow comes back to a 7-game series, I'm worried that they'll be too tired, but I think they wrap that up tonight. So.
Yeah. I'm thinking so as well. Wow. I'm like I said, I'm loving everything about this, man. Yeah. Andy opening up the world of sports to me today. This is great.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check back in for the finals, probably Dallas versus Boston. I just don't think the Mavericks, I don't think they can put together a full game 7. I mean, one night Kyrie goes off, then Luka goes off, but I just don't think they can do it for 7 games.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. And Boston's just got that depth, man. Dallas was my preseason pick. And then the tournament, the brackets came out for the playoffs, and then I thought too much for Dallas. Or not Dallas, I'm sorry, Denver.
Denver. Yeah. I was like, man, you're betting on Dallas in early season.
Denver.
I get you.
And then Denver, I just like, no, it's just a gauntlet in the West. Dude.
Yeah.
It's just a gauntlet.
No, absolutely. I was surprised that they got beat, especially when they came back. They were down 2-0, came back to had a 3-2 lead in the series. I'm like, man, they're going to wrap this up. So then you think, well, okay, so Minnesota takes them out. They've got to win it all, right?
You would think.
I think they just got too tired. They took too much out of the tank to beat Denver, so it's tough. And like you said, it's a gauntlet.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet, but hey, we love it, and we love all things sports.
Absolutely.
Well, Andy, I appreciate you stepping in and back and forth and with me on some sports, man.
Absolutely.
This has been
fun.
Great. This has been awesome.
I've been on that side before, but on this side, I don't know. Not many times.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm happy to do this anytime with you. Again, I got Andy Hudnall joining me right here on Main Street TV. We're going to be live again this evening, 2 p.m. We will be live from Bob Wren Stadium. We will be watching the Waverly Tigers take on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions, and that's going to be great. So be sure to tune into that live stream again. Main Street TV, Facebook, Total Media, YouTube, and then anywhere with the Total Media radio app or on the radio 100.1 100.1 WXZQ FM. Andy, that's going to do it for us here this morning. Before we wrap up, do you have anything else you'd like to throw into the show here?
No, I just appreciate you having me on here and getting to talk some.
This is awesome. Okay, well, that's going to do it for me here on Main Street TV this morning. I appreciate your time. Thank you for tuning in as we talk some Brewfest and some sports nonsense here. That's going to do it for us, and we will catch you tomorrow on our Friday edition here of Main Street TV. Have a great day, everyone.